Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Here we are at the barricade, I guess. Well, Kuno lied to us. Have to go back and confront him. After we talk to this gentleman, I think.
Nice aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face. Leave yourself space to move.
Who are you talking to? Me?
Not bad advice, actually. This might do the trick.
Because I tried to punch him? Is this what he's talking about?
Let's talk about our right to work.
What about it? Your right to work?
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of cause are we talking about here?
Rights of people. Rights of workers. To have gainful employment. To make a salary. And feed their families.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down, I think.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you!
Okay.
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
Oh, call me mañana. That's who he's talking about. The loitering man hollers in return. I want to get into the harbor, too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss?
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here, behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
Absolutely nothing? You're sounding pretty snappy and terse.
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive. Right to work!
Okay.
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
Really is my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work!
What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you're unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Head measurer? What was his
Yeah.
name?
Giant on the bridge that kicked your ass. Head measurer. Won't let the workers by. The access panel
Was that
is
his
right behind him.
name? How bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Okay, please stop whispering all gruff and sexily into my ears. What is this voice actor? Why don't you just talk to
Like
them?
civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then, we charge.
The man rubs his jaw, a perfect, lightly bearded square wedge. Do I have the hots for this man in-game as well? What's going on here? Who are all these strikebreakers?
Honest men and women, with rights, to work, to be useful. Not toys for corporate interests.
The man runs his hand through his steadily graying military cut.
We
haircut.
came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis.
Okay, back
If
up from
union
the
fucks
microphone.
don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
He's like growling right into my ears, and I don't know how I feel about it. Well, I know how I feel about it. I don't know how I should feel about it.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
Have you heard him? I'd follow him.
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
Okay. I'm just gonna leave now. That was very lovely talking to you. Very lovely. I might be back. We have to talk to stupid Kuno. I might just try to punch him again. Lord knows. I'd love to. Kuno, you little jerk.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Empathy. Figure out what's going on with this kid. I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
He raises his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference. He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. He said to thank you. Wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway. He said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock. Maybe we should do the second one, like we're trying to trick him?
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
He looks slightly confused. Okay, we'll confuse him.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Whatever, kid.
What is this? Trying to be cool with your new asshole? Kuno was just being nice to you. You got fucked bad. Now limp the fuck out of here. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
More questions about the crime scene.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. Apparently we haven't asked him this? How'd they get in there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit.
I can't
Kuno
punch
could
him
hook
again.
you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters FALN running down his trouser leg.
Alright. Enlighten me. What's so great about these pants?
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists.
Wow.
Believe it, you need this shit.
He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic-wrapped pants. They're graphite black and look brand new.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot.
Oh, wait. I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now, you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
No, Kuno, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have pants.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for fouling anyway, pig.
There was also a mug in the trash.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Yes, does this racist mug have anything to do with it? Does this adequate depiction of South Samaran man have anything to do with it? Does this quaint, better not taken out of its historical context mug have anything to do with it? Actually, talking about this makes me uncomfortable. Let's go back a notch, I guess.
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain.
Okay.
You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker? Cause he's the clothes fucker?
Honey, I don't understand a word coming out of your mouth.
Can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
It's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene. Clean some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
He nods in approval.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting two and two together here.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
These
Yeah,
kids are
get
both
your
wild.
bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I guess I can try this again, but I don't have enough empathy points. Victims close. Who else has unauthorized access to the whirling trash? Find this person and you'll know who tampered with the scene. Okay. Alright, so I'll try to get the boots off of him. I could just yoink them off, but I don't think Kim will like that. I guess let's try.
What's going on?
Nope.
Is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons. Like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on.
Kuno, City of Rage, Night City. What's going on here? I'm intrigued.
No!
She hacks like she's coughing up a fur ball.
You told him about it and now he knows your name.
The city's not fucking lame. You are lame. Kuno's tired of defending Rage City from... Just fuck off, alright? And fuck you too, putting Kuno on the spot like that. Kuno doesn't need to fucking explain his shit. Kuno's king. He rules here. Fuck did you want?
Explain himself? As if explaining some kind of work? Some kind of avant-garde work way ahead of its time?
I'm intrigued.
You must get to the bottom of this one of these days.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Kuno doesn't fuck...
Alright. I guess let's... Measurehead. I swear, what a name. Are there
The
any...
trash container the smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Okay.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
I was thinking maybe we could get some bottles out. I don't really know how to get... map. I want to actually look at the map. Acquire a copy of the city map. There's one in here. Whoops. Memorize the title. Loose 87 Radio City. Seems important. I know there's a map in here. Can I take a picture of the map? Did I have the camera last time we were in here?
Several maps have been attacked. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Oh, it's only 90 cents. I guess I'll buy it.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
The north coast of Averden, to the east, rolling hillside, Huron. It's so small you can't even see it on.
So now we should have a map. There we go. Okay. So we need to go like this away. Okay. Now I actually know where we're going. Come on. What is going on? What is this?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Ah, well, what's behind the counters?
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
You can't, like,
She speaks
hypnotize
almost
me.
as if she's
I know.
trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books.
You don't care. She's like doing Jedi mind tricks. You don't want to buy a death stick.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with
What?
empty eye sockets stares at you.
What kind of Blair Witch business is this?
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south.
Okay.
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Hold on. We're gonna quick save.
The
In case this
curtains,
goes
tattered with
horribly wrong.
age and
Let's
covered in
just
dust.
pull it open.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them. Or all right, I'll think about it for a while. I'm a police officer.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
All right, I'll think about it for a while.
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Psych! I
Talking
yank
is
it open
always
and
good.
jump in there.
Go see what she has to say. The curtains, tattered with age and covered.
Okay, let's talk to her first.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of. She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
Why are you still talking about books? Are you trying to put a spell on me?
A spell? As if. This place doesn't need any spells or hoodoo mumbo-jumbo. This place has wonderful energy.
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks. Oh.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant.
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough.
How does the curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress,
Oh.
of ruin and bankruptcy.
Okay, I'm a little confused. What does this mean for
Everyone
us?
knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
I don't think the curse is real. I just want you to let me in there.
Most certainly not. I'm not letting you open the gates of hell. In fact, I don't want anyone who isn't familiar with the psychic arts involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
I guess this is a high rating. Convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Wait, what if I don't want to lie? Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I have returned from the void, a paradetective from a long line of paradetectives.
You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm of parapsychology is parapsychologically taxing. You see, it's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the void. I guess the first one?
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
Your words brought me here in the first place. The Simonese blood also runs through me. I'm the Void Revenant. I have the power to debad all the bad energies. No, let's do the first one.
You're
It sounds
part
more...
Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
No problem whatsoever. Your family is safe. The Phantoms are no match for me. Just ask my partner, Kim. He'll vouch for me. I don't want to throw Kim into all this. This is crazy enough as it is.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
On my honor. Actually, I'm not really feeling the vibe anymore. The psychic force has left me. Now let's go for it.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Okay.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Yes. So we can't ask the entity. Of course, the entity. With our eyes closed, of course. For I have sensed its presence.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
The entity takes the form of a woman. A witch, probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimneys aren't big enough for that. Or chimney. The passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes. That chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Probably. Farewell for now, book peddler. What do we see here? This one's lit up like the 4th of July. Old sports magazine tucked away in a dark corner.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the...
Alright. We'll pull the
You
curtains
see a
open.
dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Simonese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
A small, terrified... Oh! Escapes from Palisance. Palisance? As she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Don't worry, honey. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Well, then don't look. It looks like it used to be a hair salon. Okay.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Simonese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
First we'll knock, because we're polite.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Okay.
A hollowed-out, dark echo.
Let's unlock the door with
After
the key.
exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
I'm not going to send Kim in first. Let's just go. Let's just boogie. It's an old gym. Sand is dripping from the punch bag. Oh, Kim wants to talk.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his
I
foot.
doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Let's just keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. Helps that I don't believe in ghosts or anything, so it's pretty good, probably. Alright. It's a shot put ball. Oh, there's the shot put ball. The poster says Sidious Fortis. The rest of it is worn off.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates.
Okay.
It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
Kind of a bastard would just remove the collars. It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Okay, well, let's leave. I don't want to break my toes or anything. Or rip my arm out of a socket. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. They do. Anything else? Oh, smells like leather and sweat. Okay. Hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. I don't know what that is. I guess a big old vase or something. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. What's this? A paper. Hold on. First look at this. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. A mannequin. Double mannequins. Lots of mannequins. Takes money. A naked mannequin torso. A strange yellow color.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious.
What he means is that these things cost money. Why would anyone just leave it behind? This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
Let's not ask, let's just turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Let's push play first.
Nothing happens. Something's missing. There's no tape in the player. Nothing happens.
Okay, look inside the
It's empty, like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Okay, the lieutenant notes observing the machine. Alright, let's leave. Let's see if we can find it.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on. How do I know what Kedron mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
Who's the game master?
Someone very important.
Obvious.
A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Ilmara. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
The cost of airwidth alone must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
He nods at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained fingers clean against his jacket. What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Okay, and what's this?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural.
Oh, looks like a D&D
Some of the
board.
writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Look at the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin. And even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Let's examine it.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Tworg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin,
A racist
Dread
Welkin.
and the High Welkin, to rule them all.
Oh no, one ring to bind them.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welking creatures.
What are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. A whisper. One of them is a Welkin supremacist. Now let's ask, who are they?
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
One of them is a supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too.
Lieutenant nods towards the Welkin's facial hair. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the
Just
Welkins.
look at those details. So much effort.
I mean, it's impressive.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow.
Okay.
Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine,
Not usually
a
two things
much-needed
compared to
respite
each
from
other.
our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
This is like Tolkien levels of world building here.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money.
Okay.
It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal. Minimi stands for a mini meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
Looks like it. The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice fields of
A
nothingness.
note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Okay. Let's inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." The full text reads, "Heat death of the universe is the new black." Another note says, "The biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
So they were trying to like develop a game. I don't need to look at it again. Scrolled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Yeah, it's a game. Where are the clothes it used to display? The mannequin. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth bitten. I'll take this, thank you.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
What do I think is going on? Someone tried to exorcise the curse using technology. It looks like an undercover counterintelligence program. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making? I think it's
Yes,
that one.
that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
Tell us, Kim.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Has anyone ever done that before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with heat death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give
Super
them
cool.
millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
They were insane if they thought they could do this. It was just a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. The curse got them. I see no other explanation. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it. Do we have any money? Let's give them more money and they can finish it and make it even better. I don't think it was probably a way to cheat people. Maybe they were... maybe it
yes,
just couldn't
especially in
work.
here.
The lieutenant looks around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor in front of your feet.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Okay. Steel rotor blades bearing the Slipstream logo. More money? Production schedule. Filament memory. I don't know what that is. I can sell it for 50. Could sell the shot put ball. But I should probably give it to those people that I shot putted their ball into the ocean on accident. Skis with Slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. I think that's it. I think now we can go. Somebody's making a lot of noise up here. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Floorboards creak. I think that's probably where we need to be, so let's go back down here and open this door. Oh, maybe not. Uh-oh. I'll take it all, baby. There's like a bear refrigerator.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
I mean, I know what it is. It's a fridge. Let's crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator.
Yeah.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Well, before we tell him to relax, let's look inside to make sure there isn't like a head in there.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Let's take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream
A
wrappers.
friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
I think this fridge is cool.
The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore?
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice.
I think it's cool. I would have this sucker in my house if I could.
What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Oh, which is why I couldn't have it. Let's close the door. Let's go over here. The wall collapsed and it's inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Let's look inside.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
Oh man, I was just about to ask, can we spy on them?
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really?
Yes.
We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
We're not gonna yell hello into the furnace. We're gonna leave. We're not gonna make any noise. What kind of a crazy thing? It's like when the serial killer is here and you're like, hello? Ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. Flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. There you go. 2 rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Look, there's a hole in the wall. Shine a light in the hidden compartment.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Heck yeah, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around,
Look
you find
first.
rusty rifles hidden away.
Inspect the rifle.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice. I'm gonna take
That's
the
a
rifle.
rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
An old Belma grave from the Revolution. What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
Yeah, it's probably from like the war.
He
People
likes
probably had
this
caches of, you know. They probably had caches of weapons hidden away. Someone had stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. Yeah. Frozen ice cream maker is still running. Take this. I'll take this.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Well, let's leave for now. I don't want to like tip them off to the fact that we might be here. That we're here. Intercom wires running into a breaker box. Insane mesh tank top. Nice. Let's go up. Oh. So this is the back. Okay. We've been on the outside of here. A cellar window. People's feet shuffling by on the street. Take this. Okay, I think that's it for in here. Okay. So now we can go upstairs and see those people here, probably. Postcard. La Delta 51. Oh, we should probably look at some stuff that we found here. A map of Martinez. Handwritten note from the bridge.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Okay.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder. Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
Kuno.
You'll find the filament memory with the offsite copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
Remind me again, what's a filament memory?
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
It's like the production schedule you found. Only this one's an off-site copy.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Probably Kuno.
Really? You don't have a single guess?
The lieutenant looks at you, the corner of his mouth curved into a smug grin. You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Okay. We know where it is. Production schedule note. This filament contains information. Oh, this can be read on the computer. Okay, we have to go back down. I thought it was a Rubik's Cube. A very boring one, but I thought it was a Rubik's Cube. Let's try not to get caught. I'm going so slow here. Okay. So... I need to, like, I couldn't get onto the little thing. So do I need to...
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Alright, so we need to pull the black.
2 cables are plugged. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
It's black. It's not like it's the red one. Because it's black, the color of immeasurable cosmos. I don't know why I unplugged it. I do things without any reason. Well, we know, though, because we need to get into here.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has 1 cable missing.
Silly Kim. We
This
just get
orange
it.
machine is... You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar. No. This is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
I know.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your...
I know. I just didn't know I'd need the pry bar. Okay.
This orange machine is dead still.
Oh.
It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and...
Well, let's unplug the ice cream bear.
only the and electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Let's let it thaw out a little bit because it's frozen shut, right? Let's see. Let's go up, back up to the thing to use this. There we go. And we can do that next time. We can put that in here and see what happens. And then maybe by the time we're done looking at this, then the ice cream freezer will be cold enough to pry pry it open and get the other one out. I'm not sure. But in the meantime, thank you everyone and anyone who's watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.